or online, westsidedecoratingcenter.com. And a good morning to you. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show on this Thursday morning. On the road to the Bay Civic Arena today because it is the annual used book sale put on by the Friends of the Bay County Library. Not just a little book sale in a small room. Thousands of books in a nice arena with thousands of DVDs and CDs and puzzles. A whole children's section. It is amazing. Every year they manage to do it. We're going to find out how because we have some guests with us with the Friends of the Library today. And we'll let them introduce themselves. We'll start with Madam President.
Too loud.
Too loud? Okay, I'll turn you down. In the meantime, tell us who you are, Pam.
My name is Pam Ressler, and this is only my second year, so I'm a real newbie at the president of the Friends of the Bay County Libraries, although I was secretary for a while, and then I got promoted.
I was going to say, you may be a newbie as president, but you're not a newbie to libraries and to the Bay County Library Friends.
Well, I had to fill some pretty big shoes, and although the president before me did 49 years, I promised this board I was not going to do it 49 years like he did.
It'll take 48. It's okay. And John, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Hi. I'm getting
too loud.
Yeah, still, it's
right.
You've got the mic turned. That's much better.
Okay, good.
I'm not deafening myself. I'm John Van Looy. I was the first and for a long time only president up until about 2 years ago.
You were the 49er?
Well, I don't think it was 49. It's 50 this year, right?
No, we're like 52.
Oh, ooh.
Okay. Yeah, but some of those, that was when it was being staffed by library.
Oh, okay.
Library
All
staff.
right.
I did 45 years.
A bunch.
Between 1980 when we founded the Friends of the
So,
Library.
all right, you just answered my next question. How long has the Friends of the Library been around?
Yeah, we were founded in 1980. The current director, Linda Heemster at the time, decided didn't make any sense to have a book sale when you have to pay the staff to man it, and that pretty much ate up any profit you'd have. So the Friends was originally organized in order to run the sale.
So you were organized for just this.
For this, but also to do the other things that Friends do. I mean, the idea was to generate a little extra money, kind of mad money, I guess you'd call it, for things that are not absolutely necessary, but nice.
Not part of the library budget.
Not part of the library budget. And also to do things that the library can't do itself.
Yeah.
For example, as a public institution, it can't officially go out and campaign in the political sphere for millages and things like that. And the Friends, as a non-public organization, can do that.
Yeah.
We can't use the money from the book sale for that for various reasons, but we raise money with memberships and things like that.
Are you set up as a 501c3?
Yeah, we are now. For a long time we weren't, because I was a little bit vague about the ability of us to be politically active in support of the libraries. That is, a good portion of the budget of the library is from
86%.
From the millage.
Right.
I didn't know that number, but anyway, I knew it was a lot.
Just because when talking to Kristen about it.
When we didn't get it, a number of years back,
that was in 2006.
they had to close down most of the libraries.
Yeah.
So I was a little leery of that, but then I read the law more carefully, and as an advocacy group, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that with our own money, and for various reasons we can't do it with book sale money. Book sale money all goes back.
It goes to the library, right?
Yeah, it all goes back to the library.
Pam, what drew you to the Friends?
I always went to the book sales when they were first held in Essexville at the Hampton Mall. So I started with my kids when they were young, and then it was at Winona School, and then it came here, and one time we went, and I saw John standing there, and I went up to John and said, how do I get involved? So I started by sorting books, and it grew from there.
I have to ask, every year, and I don't know how many years I've been coming here, but how long have you been at the arena now?
I really
Probably
don't know.
I don't know.
15 years or? It's been a while.
Could
It's
be,
been-
it's somewhere between 10 and 15 years.
Yeah, and been to every one of them. And I keep asking myself, where do all these books come from? Every year you fill up all these tables, thousands of books. Where do you find them during the year?
Withdrawals that the library makes from their shelves.
Yeah,
For example, like if James Patterson comes out with a new book, they may order 20 copies to fill the need for them because everybody wants to read that. And then after a while it dies down so you don't need 20 copies on your shelf anymore. And then we get a lot of donations. A lot of donations come in from people who are cleaning out things, and they bring them. And we meet the friends. We have a group of sorters that come and meet about every 2 weeks, sort them through a different genre.
so this is all year you're working on
This
it.
is a year-long project. So we'll start again beginning of September, but we'll take a few weeks
Yeah.
off there.
I asked somebody a number of years ago, there was a gal walking around with one of these carts, she was filling it up. And I said, what are you going to do with all those books? She says, I'll read them during the year. And then I give them all back and get a whole nother bunch. I said, oh, it's recycling.
I was going to say that one of the things that does happen, and I've watched it over the 45 years I ran the sale, is that the number of books gradually increased. I don't know. It looks a little
I think we have fewer this year than
fewer.
we did.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
see as many on the floor.
No, there aren't.
I thought maybe you'd gotten more tables
No,
because
no,
things sell a
no.
lot better when they're on
No, they're a
tables.
little low this year.
Yeah, but what has happened is that people donate them back, so that we get not only the new stuff coming in and the new donations coming in.
You make money on that book over and over again.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how many times some of these books have been through this sale. It's. I imagine I'd be a little surprised at the numbers.
It amazes me, everything from very old to current. I mean, you really, if you spend the time in here, and that's one thing, folks, you don't come in here and for 5 minutes look and leave. You never see anything. It would take you quite a while to go through and look at everything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I gave up trying to look at everything years ago. One, I was taking too many of them home.
Well, one thing that has been our big seller the past couple of years are our puzzles. I mean, we started off today with probably over 300 puzzles, and we're down to, I don't know if we've even got 100 back on those tables now. I mean, people are going out with boxes and boxes of puzzles.
But you know what? One of the reasons is they're only 50 cents,
That's
no matter
right.
how big that puzzle is.
That's right.
And there are some big. I saw some big 3D puzzles back there.
Yes.
They're all 50 cents.
Yes.
And that would be one reason to drive.
Well, we didn't see puzzles before that. The library, I know, I had a few, but COVID then.
oh,
Everybody's
yes.
sitting home,
Yep.
figuring out, realizing what a dark hole television is. And
can tell
my
he's a
God,
fan.
I'd rather sit at a card table and put the pieces together. I think that's
That's
why
certainly
there
part
been
of
some
it.
more of them.
There is no doubt about it.
And again, because the library lets them out and takes them now, they circulate back too. They go out, they get done. I mean, what do you do with a jigsaw puzzle that's already put together?
Take it apart.
Take it apart.
Yeah. And don't lose any pieces.
that I hope so.
It's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with John and Pam. Friends of the Bay County Library, we are at their annual used book sale. It goes on today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Today till 8 p.m., tomorrow 10 to 8, and Saturday
10 to 5.
10 to 5. Pricing, though, changes. Hardcovers and paperbacks. Today the hardcovers are $2, the paperbacks are $1. Tomorrow the hardcovers are $1 and the paperbacks are 50 cents. Today and tomorrow children's books are 50 cents no matter which day. And as I mentioned earlier, CDs, DVDs, puzzles, books on tape, records, and more, 50 cents today and tomorrow. Now, you didn't hear me mention Saturday. That's because Saturday, forget those prices. Give them $5 and fill up a box or a cart or a bag, and you're on your way, because they would rather not repack any of this. It's all here at the Friends of the Bay County Library book sale at the Bay Civic Arena. We're in the South Arena this year. Come on out and visit them today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We'll take a break, and then we will be back with more.
This is Kevin Daly, Michigan 20.
Hi, we're back with you here at the Friends of the Bay County Library System used book sale. It is an annual event about this time every year. It's always been around this time,
Yes.
midsummer.
Usually about first weekend of August.
Well, that's it. Time flies when you're having fun. I don't know where the year's gone so far, but it's amazing. How long does it take you to set this up? I mean, this is not something you do overnight.
No, from setup to tear down, it's about a week, because we do our sorting at Southside, which is over by the former A&W. So we sort there all year long and get everything ready and boxed, and then bring it over here on Tuesday. We get 2 men in a truck, and they bring everything here Tuesday. We set up on Wednesday. You've got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with sales. You tear down on Monday. So it's almost a week.
Well, I do most of the teardown on Saturday, though, right?
How many?
Right, but by the when they bought the text, when they take the stuff, we take the empty boxes back to Southside so we can fill them again.
Yeah.
So 2 men in the truck will fill their truck with empty boxes, and then we take them back there on Monday.
So, of all the books, DVDs, how much do you have to take back at the end of the sale?
We actually don't take anything back because there's no room. When we pack all the new stuff, there's no room for the old.
What do you do if anything's still left here? Do you have
We have a gentleman who will come in and take the remnants.
There's a service.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought.
Yeah.
All right. So really, you leave with your hands clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you need to. I mean, what would happen over time if you are taking the books that don't sell back? You'd start to get a larger and larger proportion of
because
unsellable
yeah.
books, and you would be taking more back. And this works out fine. The gentleman who takes them will go through and see if there's anything. He's a bookseller, and he'll go through and
it's logical then.
and then he will take the rest of them and generally recycle them. I'm not sure about that detail, but basically that's what's happened in the past. If they don't sell and there's nothing there that people want, and there often isn't. We used to have guys who come in and they want the remnant, and there was a guy who, this is when we were back at the Hampton Mall, he was filling his barn with books that he'd picked up as a remnant from the sale. He'd come in with a truck and he'd put them all there.
What do you do with them?
Well, I don't know what he was going to do with them. And in the end, what I heard, and this may not be true, what I heard was, one, he was in trouble with his wife because it was taking up too much room, and two, the barn burned down.
Oh. Loaded with paper.
Loaded with all those books, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, people have an odd idea about how much old books are worth.
Well, I mean, if you own it, it's always worth more.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
I have a first edition pair of volume 1 and 2 of Ulysses S. Grant's memoir.
Oh,
Original first edition.
good book.
Gold-plated emblems on the green leather cover. Etchings inside with tissue paper covering each etching.
Beautiful.
Is that what Mark Twain paid for? he paid for that kind of production of the actual initial
It's
books.
possible. I paid 25 cents in 1959 at a college book sale for each. I was in the New York Public Library. I'm from New York City.
Yeah.
Years later, and looked them up in a book reference of auctions, and they were then $2.50 a volume. So I got my money's worth.
Well, so much. The value of books, there's first of all the initial value that most of these people are going to get. And that's the value of actually getting a book for less than $30 that you want to read, and you sit and read it, and maybe you donate it back or put it on a shelf, and it becomes, for some people, books are trophies. You put it up there like you put a deer head on your wall. And
Well, these two books of mine are on a credenza. They're side by side with the 2-volume set of Harry Truman's memoirs. Truman was a friend of our family, and I have them autographed to me, so they're there.
Oh, that's nice.
They're not going anywhere.
I picked up a couple of Easton Press, which are beautiful editions, leather bound and all heavyweight paper. And I've got an edition of Origin of Species, which I have that's on our sofa table. But those Easton Press books are fairly valuable. Not anything like they cost originally, but instead of being $2 out here, they're worth on the other market, depending on what the title is, somewhere between $20 and $50. But so much depends. I found here a copy of The Naked and the Dead, and I looked at it. It was first edition, and I thought, is this valuable? And I took it, and I still have it. But what I discovered was, even though it was especially valuable because it had the dust cover in good shape. I mean, having a
rare.
dust cover can quadruple the cost, the value of a book. But on the title page, there was no, I think it's an R. I can't remember which it was, but anyway, there's an initial there. And that's the real first edition. And those are going for like $2,000. And if it's signed, it's going for like 10.
Yeah.
The one I had was a first edition second printing. And that dropped the value down to, I don't know, like $75 or something like that.
A big drop.
Huge drop. And you got to know what you got. And you have to be able to evaluate its condition.
But that's the fun of going through something like this. I mean, are you all cognizant of that when you sort these books and box them?
I don't think.
Or do you just put them by categories and box them up?
I pretty much put them by categories and box them up because I'm not necessarily knowledgeable in what they may be worth, to be honest with you, nor do I take the time because we're usually busy.
How many people does it take?
It's
Let's start with sorting. How many people show up every week to sort?
8 to 10.
Wow.
It's pretty much, if you're free, you come. You know our SVP. If you're free, you come. If not, you stay as long as you want. We only meet for a couple of hours, and every other week. And then, of course, you've got
That's all year?
That's all year.
Wow.
And then you've got all of the volunteers here, which is you've got 50.
Yeah, maybe
50.
50 who actually work the sale.
Yeah.
How many do the setup? Same?
We little.
Because they come and go, right?
Right, yeah. It's pretty much the same. I mean, putting all the books on the table, we started yesterday about 10 o'clock. We were pretty much done by 1. So that's quite a few volunteers to get it done by 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give you an idea, friends, if you're looking for books, how long it'll take you to go through this. Because it took them 3 hours not looking at the books, just sitting them on the tables.
20, 25 people doing that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fair number of people. And we don't, the whole thing is that people keep wanting us to, put them all in alphabetical order or Dewey Decimal or something like that. It is a kind of a treasure hunt.
You separate fiction from
Nonfiction.
nonfiction?
Yes. And then we have
And then you do have certain categories.
Yes.
I've seen cookbooks, travel,
music,
Music,
foreign language,
children's.
large print,
Yeah.
children's, teen. So we sort them according to those categories, and of course our media we sort. But to go beyond that, no, it's pretty much
Oh,
impossible.
It'd be impossible.
Yeah.
We love the question. Well, can you tell me where I would find this author?
Somewhere in this room.
Yeah, we say, okay, see that sign that says fiction? Someplace in there, you know. So.
Well, and not only that, but people used to, I mean, they'd be looking for something very specific. And they'd say, well, you know, where is it? And I said, well, I don't know, but it may be out there.
Yeah.
The book you're looking for may be out there, and you may find something else. I always figure, in not sorting them, we sell a few more than we would if we sorted them. Because otherwise you'd go and clean out the whole section that you were interested in, and all of those books would be gone. This way,
Got to look through 'em.
come on Saturday, and or Friday or Saturday, and there'll still be books like that out there.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back with our guests, the Friends of the Bay County Library used book sale going on at the Bay Civic Arena. We'll have more on that as we move on. And we're back with you at the Bay Civic Arena for the Friends of the Bay County Library System used book sale. And, it's a used book sale, but it's a lot more than books. That is for sure. DVD. Have you always done DVDs and CDs?
As far as my recollection, yes.
Yeah, ever since the library started stocking, they have the same kind of
You
system.
kind of follow the library pattern of what they have on the shelves.
Right, yeah. Well, we have to. I mean, we take whatever they give us.
What percentage of what's in here comes from the library, would you guess?
Varies a lot from year to year.
Yes, it's hard to tell. Sometimes we get a lot of donations, and sometimes we don't get as many. So I think it goes back and forth. I don't think I can give a definite, this is the way it always is. It just goes back and forth.
Just don't know.
Don't know. It depends what donations come in, and, if Grandma's house has been cleaned out,
So how do people donate during the year?
They can take their donations to any library branch, and then on Fridays they can deliver them over to Southside between the hours of 9 and 12.
Where is Southside?
Southside is right next to the former A&W. The bookmobile is out there parked that day, and anyone from the bookmobile will let you into the building so you can drop off your donations right there. And if they're dropped off at the library, then the library will transport them over to Southside for us to sort.
Year round.
Year round.
Every other week you're sorting.
Every other week we sort.
And for people who don't know what the A&W is, it's on Lafayette Street, just a little bit down from Broadway, like 2 blocks down from towards the bridge on the Lafayette Street Bridge.
So that's where you're located, right next to.
Right.
And when you bring in the money from this sale, it has to be dedicated to library services. So what types of things are you doing for the library? Is it different every year?
Sometimes there are things added, sometimes not. 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, the summer reading program, the newsletters that go out. We added recently what they call a comfort cabinet, which houses like hygiene things that people may find themselves
Krista
in.
was telling me that.
Yes.
I went, wow.
Yes. So that's recently new, so that's something that we added. There are so many things. If they need new displays at the libraries, we can get that for them, or educational toys, educational games. If they'd like a rug, for the play area, that can come from ours. So, like John said, they're kind of like things that the library budget doesn't allow, but can provide and make our library so great.
Do I understand over the years you've built an endowment too?
Yes. Do you want to address that, John? Because that came on when you were there.
Yeah, that was one of our board members, Bob Jesnewski, all around Bay City as Bowtie Bob. Bob, when he died, made us one of his residual legatees, and we set up an endowment fund. And what we've done with that mainly is we have been bringing in best-selling authors who are fairly expensive to bring in, and putting on, have them come in to talk.
Twice a year, I think, Chris.
Yeah, twice a year. Twice a year, and excuse me, usually at the State Theater.
Yeah.
We had when the state was in trouble, we had to find another place, and we ended up out at Garber. But this time, I think we're still
again.
We're back at the state. We've been at the state.
September, I think.
And these have been very successful. I don't know, 400 or 500 people usually.
Yeah, at least
fills
3.
the building. Yeah.
Yes. Our next one is September, if I'm not mistaken, September 15th. Ariel Lawhon is coming in to speak. One of her latest books is When We Had Wings. It's about the story of the first female POWs of World War II.
Oh, wow.
And so she will be in to speak. And so we're already setting up our speakers for next year. So that's the endowment. And besides the speakers, we also opened it up to library employees who are seeking a master's in the library sciences. We help them out with the tuition reimbursement, so they can apply for that as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we've had, I think we started the authors in 2019, but we've had J.A. Jantz, we've had Lisa Unger, Jamie Ford, Brandon Slocum. We've tried and get some of the best that we can. And it's free of charge. There's no charge to the public at all.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. One of the things the Friends can do is talk about the village and promote the village. So we'll give them that opportunity. When Art Lewis Show, we are at the Friends of the Bay County Library System used book sale here at the Bay Civic Arena. Hardcover books today, $2, paperbacks $1. Tomorrow they drop to $1 for the hardcovers, 50 cents for the paperbacks. The children's books are 50 cents today and tomorrow. CDs, DVDs, puzzles, books on tape, records, more, 50 cents today and tomorrow. And then Saturday's the big closeout day. Again, they don't want to take anything back. $5 gets you a box or bag of items. You can fill up a box or fill up a bag. $5 on Saturday. And the hours today till 8 o'clock, 10 to 8 tomorrow, and 10 to 5 on Saturday. Here at the Bay Civic Arena in the South Ice Arena. And that's where you'll find them. Come on out and keep reading.
Campaign season is funny.
And we are back with you at the Bay Civic Arena for the Friends of the Bay County Library System used book sale, although call it a used miscellaneous sale. So many other things.
Media.
Yeah, media. Good. That's a good term for it. Used media sale.
Yeah.
You'll find it all here. So, in the beginning, we were talking about the organization of the Friends and everything. And you mentioned that in your research you discovered one of the things a Friends organization could do that the library itself could not is to promote beyond just what it is, but you could advocate. Libraries with the library can't do that. I had Kristen on. She could tell us what millage is and what percentage of the budget it represents, but she can't tell you yes or no to vote for it.
Right, and we can say yes or no.
You can say yes.
Yes.
No, you can say yes.
Yeah, we can say yes. We could say no, but
We'll say yes.
So
in our long relationship with the director, I think the Friends had said, we don't want to do that once. Basically, we're here to serve that administration. And if we can do it strongly and say, yes, look, this is a community resource. This is something that our community benefits from long term. I think I'm glad we can do that now.
And the thing about it, and what makes this one is kind of a little bit unusual, it's a renewal for 6 years, but it's actually slightly ever so less than it was originally.
I guess
Yeah, it's
Because of the Headley.
Headley
Yes.
knocked it down a little bit,
Oh, okay.
and so actually you're going. You could advertise it as vote yes and have your taxes reduced.
I like that train of thought.
Yeah, it's something
It really is unusual that first of all, you're not going for an increase, and you're actually giving them a decrease. So
it's difficult. I think one of the things that's difficult about anybody, I was in the public schools for years, is that if back when we were funded strictly by property taxes, that the Headley, which limits, it means that you're not keeping up with inflation, simply because most of the houses out there are not being ratcheted up. And that's especially true in a situation like now where the first time I noticed significant inflation of housing in this area. When the house next to me sold for what seemed to me an ungodly amount of money.
which immediately increased your net worth.
Maybe, yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah. Suddenly, we were not going up very fast. Property taxes in this area, remarkably affordable, given what was going on in the rest of the world.
And there wasn't a lot of new housing coming in,
No, but suddenly,
which is an issue all over
Yeah.
the place.
oh yeah, affordable housing.
Yeah.
People want to build McMansions.
Well, but when you think about this, though, John, 30, 40 years ago, you could build a 1,500 square foot house. You could probably build it and sell it for 100, 100 and a quarter, maybe, if that.
Not
it
that.
was less than $100 a square foot to build it. Today, you start at 300, go up from there. That 1,500 square foot house is in the 400,000s, and that's a starter home.
Yeah, it could be easily that much. I built my own house with these hands and with my wife, and it cost me, with the lot, with the garage, around $25,000 for a 1,500 square foot house.
How long ago?
That's 1974.
That's about right, yeah.
Finished it in 75. So, the Headley has benefited me, and which is why I was surprised that this little shotgun shack, it's not a shack, it's a fairly nice house, but it's one of those little 2-bedroom shotgun houses,
Yeah.
went for, I'm not sure what it went for because you don't know what the selling price was, but the asking price was like $130,000 for a 900 square foot house at most, maybe less. So, yeah, things.
Yeah, we went through a period of COVID and everything else where the asking price was one thing, selling price was higher.
Yes.
People had to give over the selling price, which
Yeah.
is not financeable.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out of your pocket. People were regularly bidding $25,000 and $30,000 over asking to buy the house.
Oh yeah, there were like
That was the competition.
that other house that was to the south of us, to the north of us. The house went on the market, and I don't know what it finally sold for, but there were like 3 people bidding on it and bidding it up,
Yep.
and that's a whole new way of.
Yeah. Ridiculous way. Anyway. All right, so the millage comes up in November,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's asked to go out and vote.
Well, we say we want yes. It really
It's 86% of the budget of the library.
86. Then if they lose that, they close down. And we have had in the past, we've helped with the elections. Actually, we paid for one election in order to get it earlier so the libraries could be reopened early. That was the Friends. The number of people who were going to have a election that time, they had no issues, said you got to pay for it or we won't do it. So that's what we did. Of course, the libraries had been closed by that time, and we had a kind of surplus of funds because we had nothing to spend it on. But what we spend, and I think the libraries give back to the community.
Absolutely.
A huge thing in a world where you have declining literacy, where
And that's a whole other issue.
it's a whole critical thing. I've said, I think the last time we talked, that what you run into now is not illiterates, you run into illiterates. These are people who can read but don't.
Yeah. Well, Pam, congratulations on your presidency.
Oh,
of
thank
course,
you.
and another great book sale. We'll do it again next year.
Next year.
John, thank you
Yeah.
as always. We look forward to it.
I look forward to talking to you, Art.
And we thank you for being with us. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tell you what's ahead on Focus. That'll do it for the Art Lewis Show today. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with lots more. Stick around for Focus after the news. And today we'll find out what's happening at Pit and Balcony. All of that coming up after the news. ABC will bring you up to date on the nation and the world. Michael Purchase in the WSGW newsroom for the region and the state. We'll be back.
Broadcasting from the